Cece, we talked a lot coming into last night's game about whether this was just a Warriors win and we should just kind of shuck the rest of the season or not. So maybe a game like this was enough to say, hey, hold on. The West could be for real, and a lot of teams have done a lot of things to really amp up, and maybe we got some competition out there.
Yeah, you didn't have to watch last night's game to know that the West was going to be better. If you look at the pieces, I think San Antonio, a healthy San Antonio, if they come back, they're going to be more formidable because we know last year Kawhi was hurt. OKC, we've seen what they've added as far as Paul George and Hoodie Melo. Like, that's going to be a lethal combination with Russ. OKC, people kind of just a given that, okay, they're going to be the number 2 or 3 seed. People haven't really talked too much about Houston, but there's a couple names. Eric Gordon, he was on the team last year. He had a great season last year, but he was their big scorer off the bench. But they added P.J. Tucker. Now, between them, they get 44 points coming off the bench. So if you're going to attack Golden State, you have to get outside of that top 5 or 6 players and see where am I going to get some bench scoring. And making this big comeback, they were down by 15. You need some guys to be able to relieve Harden of that scoring load. Last night, Chris Paul doing a lot of the intangibles, basically playing on one leg. So this is very encouraging, not only for Houston, but for the rest of the teams in the West, because the more you lose or the more you see Golden State lose, the more there is a game plan or a book on how you're going to beat them. Golden State cannot just outscore people every game. There are going to be some stretches, halves and quarters, where they're going to have to play some defense. And the thing that Nick and I were talking about was, wow, how much they missed the real MVP of the team. It's not Durant. It's not Steph Curry.
It's Draymond Green. It's Draymond Green. He has been the one piece that this team cannot function without, especially since they added Durant. Since they added Durant, of the threesome of Durant, Steph, and Clay, any one of those 3 guys can be out. The team can be fine. We saw it when Durant missed a big stretch last season. Yeah. And it took him about a week to readjust. Then all of a sudden it was same old Warriors. The reason they can't lose Draymond is Draymond allows them to play that small ball and still have rim protection. When we see other teams, the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they try to go small with Kevin Love as center, all of a sudden the rim protector's got to be LeBron. And like as great as he is, like he's not a natural rim protector. Draymond amazingly is a natural rim protector. So if you're watching us right now, you likely didn't stay up for the end of that game. What happened? What changed? What changed was Draymond tweaked his knee at the very end of the 3rd quarter. The Warriors were in full control up to that point. And then the 4th quarter hit, and they got outscored 34-20. So their offense suffered and their defense suffered with no Draymond. That's what allowed the Rockets to get back in the game. Cece, I have one other takeaway, though, not from the Warriors side, from the Rockets side. You know who this game was really important to? Chris Paul. Chris Paul has had no success against Golden State. The Clippers were drawing dead every time they played the Warriors. It was somehow the Warriors had become big brothers, even though they were the younger team, and they owned the Clippers. What you saw last night was Chris Paul was like, oh, my God, not only did I get a win against Golden State, not only was it in Golden State, but it happened in a game where I was 2 of 9 from the field. Yeah. Where I wasn't great. If he wasn't great when he was with the Clippers playing Golden State, they lost by 35 points. He wasn't great, and they still beat the Golden State Warriors.
One thing that we have to watch, too, sports is a game of matchups. So Harden, now not playing the point, but playing the 2. So he's going to pretty much get he's going to get Thompson to guard him.
Klay Thompson.
He's going to get Klay to guard him. So who is Steph going to guard? So they've been hiding Steph for 3-4 years defensively. Now, when you play against Houston and some of the other teams in the West, you can't hide Steph Curry. Right? So he's got to play Chris Paul. And even on a half a leg last night, you could see the difference in the amount of energy that Steph has to exert on the defensive end, and I believe it affects him offensively.
We're a long way from calling this parity in the West, and I never want to see anyone get hurt, and maybe the Warriors lost because of Draymond Green out in the entire 4th quarter, but there was something a little bit I don't know, okay about seeing the Warriors lose a game.
Of course.
You want to see a fun season, a fun competition. You want to see the opposite of what Charles Barkley said was going to happen, or Michael Jordan said was going to happen, which is that there's only 2 teams competing this year and everything else is garbage.
And I want the Warriors to have to respect the season. Like, Steve Kerr, I don't begrudge him because he is a great coach, but he coached this game like it were a practice. He got Jordan Bell, a second-round rookie, in the game in the first quarter. Omri Caspi, who's a fringe NBA player, is in the game. You know what the Rockets did? We got 8 dudes that are playing. We are respecting this game.
Yeah.
They were in a playoff rotation.
Really good point.
The Warriors, I get it. They have the luxury of being able to tweak things and, we don't really need. No, like, I want them to have to play like the games matter and not play 13 guys because why not? We got nothing to lose.
I don't know what they're going to do because Kevin Durant, he can't go to his burner Twitter account and be able to tweet messages. So, man, that's going to be a problem. That's something to watch right there. Because, he needs an outlet.
He's on MySpace right now trying to resurrect MySpace. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.